Hi, welcome to my channel, and we're going to be talking about the Nollywood movie, His Angel Has Secret. So I'm going to be trying not to give you all the spoilers about the movie today. So this movie, it was acted by, I think, Michael Dapper and Sophie. So the main characters of the movie. So in this movie, Sophie is playing the character of a girl who was like a runs babe, sleeping with men for money to survive. And then Michael is like a guy who is broken emotionally because he lost his mom and is blaming his father for it. So somehow, Michael was driving one night, his car got bad, and what happened was so a bad boy saw him and then robbed him and even shot him there. Now, there's a problem I have with this scene, which I always have with most YouTube Nollywood movies. This guy got shot too, but he was holding his chest. We did not see any blood. These people did not even put any effort to even create this blood or whatever in that scene. And as if that was not bad enough, he was taken to the hospital. But obviously, if you are looking at the hospital scenes, you can see that they use the reception of a hotel, and even the hospital room is not an actual hospital room. They just looked for drip or something to put by the bed, and it's a normal room. That's the reason why you saw that they just wore him hospital clothes. That's the reason why you saw that they did not show that scene totally. Another problem I have with YouTube movies is that YouTube movies is always from one living room to another living room, or one living room to another bedroom. So that's one issue I really have with Nollywood movies. Like, if you look at this movie, you will see that Sophie's house and even Michael Dapper's house, there is a possibility that they were all shot in the same place, but they just picked different section of the house to use for different scenes of the movie. One thing they need to understand is that we are not dumb. You understand? We want to enjoy this movie and try to explore our imagination that is real. So, but when you are doing things like this in the movie, it just feels like you are just shooting whatever you want to shoot just to make money. Now, let's continue with the story. So, Sophie was hustling and then she met Michael. And then after a while, there was one scene where Michael took her out. It was like he said he wanted to take her out to a restaurant. And when they were coming out of the restaurant, they came across the guy who used to pimp Sophie to men. And that was when Michael discovered that Sophie was into this hookup business, that sleeping with men and all that. Even most times, the offices they use is still the same house. And let's move on. So they have some issues. Then Michael Dapper already knew that Sophie was into hookup. So in order to be able to see Sophie, he was even calling her, like, based on hookup parole. He would pay her, but he would not do anything. So Sophie was feeling like, why is this guy always calling me? He's not doing anything. But to cut a long story short, they started falling in love and everything. But the problem happened when Michael wanted to introduce Sophie to his father. Turns out that Sophie knows Michael's father, because Sophie and Michael's father, they've done something before. I'm not going to tell you that so that I will not tell you the whole movie. So Sophie and Michael's father, they've done something before, and this caused a problem. And Michael's father said that Sophie will not marry his son. Now you look at the whole scene and everything. There was even one part of the movie where Sophie received a call that I think her brother was in the hospital or something. But just know that the hospital is not a hospital. It looks like a hotel reception. Every every part they used to shoot a scene. You look at the office scene, they use one room which they have maybe furnished as an office. We know all these things, and it doesn't make your story realistic. Remember the days of, like, when we used to watch the olden days Nollywood movies. The olden days Nollywood movies, even though they did not use cameras as good as these cameras they are using now for these movies, one thing that was good with those Nollywood olden days movies was the fact that they it was realistic. They would shoot a scene in the farm, they will shoot a scene Igwe's palace. They will shoot a scene Chief Manzi Unduka's house, Chief Emeka's house, Chief Uzo's house. Different scenes. You even see when this one is saying, "I'm going to the house of Manzi Unduka." You see them walk down. It makes it more realistic. But now, like this movie, I believe everything was just shot in one place, or possibly nearly everything shot in one place. Even most of the outdoor scene, you can tell that it's just in the same estate, maybe the front of the house. That's why they just quickly do a quick shoot. So those are my criticism for this movie. The storyline, and then to sum it all up, I think the ending of the movie was not good. It wasn't good. I'm not going to tell you, but the ending of the movie was not good. They just left us in the loop. Like, they just left us in the loop. They just played with us. Honestly, it's just like, come and watch my movie on YouTube. let me see what you can do. That's just what they did in this movie. And then you are getting into the story, and then you are feeling like, okay, I want to see how this thing ended. I want to see how this thing ended. And then you see the ending of the movie, and you're like, oh, I just wasted my time. In honestly, I'm not trying to criticize something or this, but that's part of being criticizing. You have to say the truth. Michael Dapper is a very fantastic actor. Sophie is a very good actress as well. But I think that the effort that is being put into shooting this movie, the effort they put into shooting these movies, I don't think they put enough effort. You know, that's the reason why you see all this Hollywood and the rest, that they are much better than us. Even the Indian movies are much better than us now. Even if the film trick is too much, but they still try their best. But these people, that's why you see that every week you come, you can see like 10 new YouTube movies. This is not skit. It's not skit. It's a movie. So I feel like they could have put in more effort into this movie. So till we check the next movie, we'll let you know what we feel about the movie. Don't take this personally. We just watch this movie and we just spot out mistakes. And thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to follow or subscribe to my channel. Thank you.